Well, we've been waiting for this moment for some time now, right, since the trade. And excited to have you all here, and we're really excited to talk about Jared. A lot of work has gone into this decision, and your questions are probably, how long have you known? We've probably known for a little while. We had both, as you know, we had both Jared and Carson in, and I spent a lot of time with both of them, and came away after they both left knowing that both of them are going to be extraordinary quarterbacks in this league, and just felt really good about being in a position to where we had to choose one of them. And, we've spent a lot of time, and we feel like Jared's our guy. And so this is, I don't want to say historic, maybe monumental, but it's a big deal for this franchise to be in a position to where, we can have our pick of a franchise quarterback and look forward to years to come with a player that is not only talented, but he is a great person. He's a competitor. He's a leader. He does all those things. And so, we're going to wish Carson the best, and we're going to look forward to our future here as Jared eventually becoming our starting quarterback.
Yeah, I think I'll add. I think this all started too. Our vision really starting with Stan at the top, Kevin, Jeff. I think we definitely wanted to come. If you want to call it come home, but we didn't want to just come home. We wanted to come home and contend consistently. And I think this might have all started, if you look at our last 4 years, we've gone from bad to competitive. We've done it with the youngest team in football for the last 4 years. And it was helped a little bit because we kind of did a little reverse. We were on the other side of the coin a few years ago and got a lot of picks and were able to build a strong core. And we were competitive with instability at QB, and I give Coach Fisher, his staff, all those players that have been busting their tail for the last 4 years or 3 or 2, and that are up in Oxford now busting their tail for being competitive. And like Coach said, it goes without saying, been said in many ways, QB is a key ingredient if you want to contend consistently. Like Coach said, we ID'd Jared, and once we did, we wanted to figure out a way to go get him, and I think we had the ammo to do it from a couple of trades and just work in the system, and that's what we did. But yes, Jared's going to be a key ingredient, but I think those players that I just mentioned and Jeff and his staff is one of the reasons why this was the right thing to do at the right time for us. So with that.
Questions?
Guys, what are some of the things specifically about Jared that kind of separated him from Carson in your eyes?
Well, I'm going to talk about Jared. I don't think we necessarily need to compare him to Carson, but Jared has a skill set that is special. He sees. He's got a quick release. He understands the quarterback position. He's going to get rid of the football, and he's extremely competitive. Once you look at his body of work in the red zone, we call it scoring area, it's impressive.
I think it's 49 TDs to 2 picks.
It's impressive. He's going to keep drives alive. He understands nothing's too big for him, and he's just really excited. He walks in the locker room and he fits in, and it's his job. Now, when that takes place, I can't tell you. We still have 3 quality quarterbacks on our roster right now, but he is the quarterback of our future.
It's Dennis and Robert.
Coach, I'm sorry. What separates Jared from everybody else as a quarterback?
Well, we've had an opportunity over the last 2 years, because we've said that we've looked at all the quarterbacks. We've done privates, and just think that Jared has the skill set to be a difference maker at the position. from arm strength to mobility to all those qualities. He's a difference maker there.
It's not often that you see a quarterback, any quarterback in the draft who goes from 1-11 as a freshman to helping turn a program around the way Jared did. Did you see that experience kind of manifest in his personality when you guys were talking to him?
Well, it's interesting. It's a good question because he became the face of Cal at an early age, 18. He went 1-11. But what you did, once you were able to first watch him at that first year and then go through sophomore and then junior, you definitely saw progression, not only in his play, but in the play of others. And then you saw them progress as a team. And I guess it consummated with, their first bowl in a while this year. But it's interesting, too, you look at that team. Now, this draft's going to occur, and they're going to have some guys get drafted. But starting back, I guess, Jared's freshman year, 14, there was 2 players drafted. In 15, there were no players drafted. So over those 2 years, Cal and Colorado were probably the team with the least amount of players drafted. I think Stanford led the Pac-12. So you could see that, yes, he was I don't want to call it playing on a team that's a little undermanned in the Pac-12, and they progressed over the years. But I do think being able to go through 1-11 is kind of the face of Cal, bounce back, and kind of put the thing on on his back and get to a bowl is similar to what you're probably going to have to go through in the NFL. Although we're not planning on 1-11.
Yeah, guys, given the history and the background, the pressure on this kid in this marketplace is going to be enormous. Is there an intangible that you saw in him that lets you think he'll be able to handle that sort of pressure?
He's a guy that's going to come to work every day and that's going to deal with whatever he needs to deal with, but he's going to come to work and he knows about priorities. And so when you say pressure, we're not putting pressure on him. There's a lot of undue pressure that's placed on a quarterback Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during the work week, in addition to Sundays, and we're not going to put that pressure on him. We're going to take that away, and we're going to protect him and allow him just to play, because that's what he is. He's a quarterback. He's a football player. So he's going to embrace this opportunity. He's got the personality to embrace the market. He's got the personality to be, one of those faces of the franchise. But he also understands that it's not up to him. It's collectively up to the rest of the team.
Here's how we called him tonight. First thing he said was, "How's it going, Les?" So that was what he said to me. So that kind of shows you he's a calm, cool in the midst of about to be the first pick.
I don't look happy?
He never looks happy. You've seen that
I don't
scowl.
look happy when I'm sitting next to him, but no. I am so excited. You should have seen us in the room there. Did you see it? Happy? Are you kidding me? We just drafted a franchise quarterback, the first pick of the draft. I'm trying to contain myself right now. So it's a great opportunity for this franchise and all the work that's been done by everybody. It's going to be fun. You get a chance to meet him tomorrow in person. You'll be very, very impressed with him.
Guys, air raid quarterbacks from air raid college systems haven't done very well historically in the NFL. What is it about Jared that you saw from his college film that led you to believe that he could be the exception maybe to that past history?
I think if you looked at his college film, I think there's a natural instinct to anticipate, to get the ball out quickly, read coverages quickly, get to the second, third, and read. Some people that can do it as fast as he can. I don't want to say you're born with it, but mom, dad, God, somehow there's some DNA that just comes natural. And I think whether you're in air raid or whatever offense or however we're going to name it, I think you kind of notice that in players, whether they have that special quality or not.
You guys talked about at the combine, the genesis of the trade and all that. How soon before that did you identify, Jared as a player, not only that you liked, but a player to go up and move for and make him your franchise quarterback?
Well, it was, the process started there. Les did a great job, staying in touch with Tennessee as we start evaluating both players, we knew that if we could find a way to get this done, we would get a really good player here. So, I mean, we probably made our mind up a couple weeks ago on, on which one, but I mean, it was an ongoing process.
But we did schedule private workouts with him relatively early. I don't know the exact, but probably about a week after the combine, we kind of narrowed it down to 2 if we were going to move up, and we went to see them relatively soon.
Coach, sorry, back here. You guys just mentioned that you made the decision somewhat a couple weeks ago, actually. So why keep it quiet all this time when other teams who've had the number 1 pick in the past have chosen to negotiate or make their pick public earlier in the process?
It's an organizational philosophy. It's what we do. People worked really hard. You never know what's going to come up, what's going to happen, but we felt like he was the right guy. And so once you identify the player, then you have to do the due diligence that gives you the reassurance that he's the right guy. So we wanted time to make sure that, that was the case, and it worked out.
And then they were throwing the rock at the Play 60 event yesterday, so we wanted to make sure they got through that unscathed. I texted the agent, said, I don't know, they can quit throwing now.
Overall, how do you see Jared Goff working out with this team, especially offensively with the running game with Todd Gurley and the other players?
Okay, question is overall, how's he going to work out? He's going to work out, I mean, the way we expect him to work out. I mean, we've got a running game, we've got a good offensive line, we've got a good defense, and those are the ingredients that contribute to allowing a quarterback to be successful. So he's going to be successful.
Jeff and Les, Steve over here. We've seen in past years like Andrew Luck or Jameis Winston, the coaching staff and the organization come out and just say they're going to be our guy pretty much out of the gate. I know you said that Jared eventually is going to be the starter. Why not take away the mystery away from the rest of the team so everybody knows who's going to be the guy from day one?
Well, everybody's different. Jameis is different than the next quarterback, and we've always had this philosophy that we're going to play them when we think they're ready. We're not going to subject them to fail. So, whenever that is, we're going to, you're going to see him under center. But I'm not going to come out and day one announce him as a starter. I mean, it's going to happen pretty soon, sooner than probably later. But we got some things to do coaching-wise. From a coaching staff, and he's got to learn an offense. He's got to get to know his teammates, and he's got to get in sync with the receivers and all those things. So, when that happens, I don't know. That's always been our philosophy.
Jeff, for anybody who hasn't seen this guy play before, is there a current NFL quarterback that that he might remind you of, or a quarterback that you hope he would evolve into?
It's a good question. Over the years, I've tried not to draw comparisons from one player to the next. He's unique. I'm hoping that at some point along the way that someone will draw a comparison to Jared Goff.
Jeff and Les, beyond the football aspect, how much did you talk to Jared about what's ahead for the franchise? Because it's not going to be a normal road the next couple of years for the franchise. It won't just be all about football. Did you discuss that with him at all about, hey, you know what we're getting into as a team?
I think it was interesting when we had him in on the top 30. I think both Jeff and I probably spent close to an hour with Jared. Jared came to me after Jeff, and I'll let Jeff tell you, is I think Jared was sharing to me that, that's what Coach spent a lot of time doing, is not just relocation issues, but, hey, life in the NFL as a quarterback, as a rookie quarterback. And I think you could tell when I was chatting with Jared that, that was, he was, whether he was going to be around or not, he was like, wow, I learned something today. I got insight today. And that was pretty cool, him sharing with me. And I think you probably spent an hour. You probably weren't quizzing him. You were probably coaching him. That's what you do.
Yeah, just he was curious about the quarterbacks that I had the opportunity to coach over the years, and he wanted to know. And so he's that deep thinker type. I'll just reassure you that there's nothing too big for Jared. It's football. It's early in the morning to whatever time he's got to put in, it's going to be there. He's going to get it done. And he's going to handle everything he needs to handle. But what he wants to do is win games. And we're going to equip him to do that.
Hey Jeff, when exactly did you tell Jared that he was going to be your pick in your conversations with him, and what was his reaction?
I kind of addressed it subtly via text during the week. So I don't know when he got it. You'll have to ask him. But it was travel safe. Enjoy the experience in Chicago. You earned it. And then I asked him if he had any plans tonight. That was earlier today. He said, no, don't have anything going. I said, good. Maybe we'll talk later.
So did you threaten to fine him if the word leaked out from him?
Did not. No. He gets it. He gets it, believe me. He gets it.
You guys didn't draft Sam, and I know a lot of it was injury related, but were there things from Sam not working out that you learned that maybe can help you in terms of supporting a franchise quarterback, having the pieces in place? And do you feel comfortable with what you have around him on offense?
Definitely. I think anytime something doesn't work out, the best thing you can do is look back and see what might have gone wrong and learn from it. And whatever you learn from it, you definitely apply to the next situation. And that's probably how you get better. That's how you innovate. But yes, I think as Jeff mentioned, probably to both QBs when they left the building, don't worry about throwing the ball. You're gonna turn. You gotta learn to turn around and hand it to 30. But I think what we've done the last few years is try to address the OL, let that thing evolve, let those guys grow together. Become that basketball team and not just a bunch of individuals. The running back helps. We got a nice weapon in Tavon. We got, Lance Kendricks. Expecting big things out of him. But, yes, you'd love to keep adding to the offense. Coach Boris is in the back. I'm sure he would love to as well. And we'll keep trying to get that thing better and putting weapons and solid players around him.
I've got these two in front of me. We got plastic.
Coach, have you been able to talk to any of the players about the draft, and if so, what was their reaction?
I've not had specific conversations with them, but we've got feedback. They're really, really excited. They're extremely excited about the trade. Okay, they have a sense for what it takes, and so most of them were very, very excited about it. So, and I'm sure, obviously we haven't had a chance to talk to them, but we'll see them next week, and as we move through the off-season program, they're going to understand why we made this decision.
Coach, right here. With the number 1 draft pick, how much better record-wise do you anticipate the Rams to be as far as his performance?
Good question.
What would you consider at the end of the season success?
I've never been one to predict. If I were to say, I expect us to go 12-4, then what do I tell the players about the other 4? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to make a prediction from a win-loss standpoint. I will tell you that this team is getting better. And this team is competitive. And this team, I think you all understand if you followed what we've done here the last 3 or 4 years, is this team is competing in the division. And we are, we're very, very close. So I would expect this team to get better.
Yeah, over here. Yeah, this is a star-driven town, and the perception is going to be the minute he gets here, he's going to be the star of this team. But I'm guessing that's not how you guys are seeing that right away. I mean, I'm guessing you're going to groove him slowly, that sort of thing.
Well, he may start the opener on Monday night. Don't know. That's the goal. But if he doesn't, then as it stands right now, Case is going to do it, and Case won games for us. So. I mean, this is, we understand the environment, believe me. He does. We've had lengthy conversations about it. If I had concerns about Jared being able to handle this, we probably wouldn't be talking about Jared right now. He can handle it. When he steps under center, I can't tell you. probably sooner than later.
I do think, too, we'll do what's right to develop him so that he's ready when he goes on the field on Sunday. Because I think I don't know how you go about giving the guys the stars on that sidewalk, but I have a feeling they did something to earn it. And I think in sports, you earn the star or billboard or whatever it is, in our league on Sunday afternoons or Thursday nights or Monday nights. And our goal is to get him ready to be successful on those days.
Hey, we'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow as we get to officially introduce our quarterback.
Here's a good story, though. I was probably in college when I first saw Coach Fisher, and he's got those shades on, and it's the Titans, and it's that scowl, that he's you just see that stoic face, and there's an intimidation factor there, and then that was when I was in college, when he was probably be the head coach of the time. It was the Oilers then. But what's neat about it is you come get to know him and work with him. You still get that stoic look, especially on game days and sometimes here. But I can tell you this, when I walked into the draft room and said, hey, Coach, we're probably going to have to reschedule some of these meetings today because I think Tennessee's ready to dance, he was very, very excited, and we left that draft room, and that night there was a lot of high-fiving and handshakes going on. So a lot of times you don't get to see that side of him. And I can tell you firsthand, it's pretty cool when you do, because we've all seen those dark shades and that look. It's that 85 Bears look.
I'm in a really good mood right now. Okay? We're happy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.